Hey guys, this is Josh with Analog Reviews, and recently I was invited by Ubisoft with a few other YouTubers to attend an event in temperate San Francisco, to take a tour of their San Fran offices and get a hands-on impression of their upcoming game, Toy Soldiers War Chest. The first Toy Soldiers game came out about 5 years ago, with War Chest being the third entry in the series. For those of you who are like me and weren't really familiar with the series, it's a tower defense style game that allows the player to directly commandeer one of the turret emplacements or the periodically unlocked hero units to aid greatly in the defense of your base. The balance of macro managing, the construction of defenses, and utilizing your accumulated cash to purchase upgrades and keep everything in working order, along with a micromanaging of individual defenses, helps to keep you busy in a genre that can often involve a lot of watching and waiting. There were a few game types we got to try, and all can be completed with one of 8 available armies, ranging from a traditional campaign with the occasional endless survival mission to varying weekly events and direct multiplayer battles, where players alternate in defending and attacking each other's bases. The version I played probably isn't the final one, but considering the game's approaching launch, it was probably pretty close to finished. Upon loading into the tutorial, my immediate impression was how outdated the game looked. I understand that they're trying to capture the feeling of a living toy box, and while it certainly manages to do that with things such as the ball joint connections on figures like He-Man, a little bit of extra texture work and a better lighting engine could have gone a long way. The tutorial taught me the basic mechanics of the game well, and in no time I felt like I had a strong grasp of the game and ventured into the campaign with an army I wasn't supposed to use, so I changed my faction and set off again. The levels I tried offered a pretty good amount of variety in opposition and geography to keep me interested in progressing through the mission, each one showing off their own bit of charm with their unique units and actions. I've never been a huge fan of tower defense titles. I'll pick them up and play them every now and then, but can't find myself getting too invested in the experience. But the short time that I played the central campaign, it was enjoyable minus the overall difficulty being far too easy, as I'd often be sitting there with the 2 or 3 turrets I needed, mowing down wave after wave of enemy with little effort, something I'm assuming will get better in the later missions. After that, I played the survival mode, which launches waves of endless enemies at you, drastically increasing the challenge, but I didn't have enough time or motivation to progress far into the match considering our limited time constraints. Testing out the weekly war mode was next, and this was certainly the low point of the experience for me, as it very quickly became a tedious grind in dispatching 17 waves of infantry units that didn't require any strategy beyond building the basic turret in every spot due to the lack of enemy variety. Once Ubisoft got the internet working, we were then treated to the multiplayer experience, which was my favorite activity while there. I was pitted against another YouTuber in a one-on-one match to the death. It took a second to get used to being the attacker for a change, and I think my game bugged out a bit when my hero unit spawned behind a fence. But once I got the hang of it, I found this competitive game type to be exciting, as you defend and counterattack each other each round to destroy your opponent's base before they can claim yours. Since we only played one game, I wasn't privy to how each army would work, but I felt as if there would be balancing issues as I discovered midway through our match that I could use my defensive guns as an offensive wrecking ball against his turrets. As each army has differing arsenal, I wonder how evenly this could play out in the final game. Overall, I'm not terribly excited for Toy Soldiers War Chest, but if you're a fan of the series, or of tower defense titles in general, you should keep an eye on it. The incorporation of intellectual properties such as He-Man and G.I. Joe into the Toy Soldiers army is a great move, along with the future characters that I can't discuss much about. I'd like to thank Ubisoft for this fantastic trip. Their YouTube relations team has done a great job, and we're all very thankful for their support. If you'd like to see us do more coverage like this, or if you'd like to discuss something with us, just leave a comment. I've linked the other channels who were in attendance with me in the description. They were great guys, so you can check out their channels as well. We had some time to hang out and walk around San Francisco together. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks again for watching.